Happy Friday. Coming off a 2-0 mini sweep, we got a huge show for you today. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I'm your host, Steven, and we are here to talk a lot of freaking basketball, baby. That's right. 2-0 mini sweep. Got out of the slump for now, but it's just one day. We keep grinding. Love to see that 2-0 day, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. We have a huge 13 game slate in the NBA today, so there is a lot of basketball. Cancel the schedule. You got to watch some basketball today. That's right, because the semifinals are over in that in season tournament, and that second game was awful. The Pelicans did not show up. Zion is not as good as I thought he was going to become. That's a whole nother story. Lakers just absolutely demolished them. So that was ugly, but nice win by the Pacers over the Bucks, and that was kind of a fun game to watch too. So in this video, we got a huge one for you. Just like every Friday, we're going to go over yesterday's recap, and then it's Centers Day. We're going to talk defenses that give up the most points and the most rebounds to the center position. And then, like every Friday, we take a peek inside the lines. That's right, the best against the spread and over/under teams in the NBA. And then we got our best bets. We have a Friday parlay, like always, a nice little two-legger that I like to little over plus 300, so it's a little juicy. And then we go over the bets recap. But before we get into all that, we have five new Jabo MVPs today. That's right. We are going to bring that up in just a second. But in order to join, if you guys are looking to join the Jabo MVP crew, hit that join button below the video or the join button on our channel page. Now, some people are having issues. You might have to switch to desktop view on your phone or have to use a computer. I don't know why it's like that. I guess we're like in 1999 again. But that's just how it is right now. But I appreciate it. If you guys do want to support, it's only $2.99 a month. You get a badge, you get some emojis, prioritize replies, things like that. And I just appreciate the support for all the hours we put in, and so we can continue this channel going. So thank you. But let's talk those five new Jabo MVPs. There they are, the five new Jabo MVPs at Joseph Thompson 6456, at 79M Branch or MB Ranch, however you want to say it, at Tans 7877, at James Wilson 3515, and at Bobby Westbury 9965. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really, really appreciate it. Welcome to the Jabo MVP crew. We're going to get a new emoji out here in the next week or two as well. So I appreciate it. Hit that like button on this video. Leave a comment below. Help that algorithm. Let's keep this channel growing as we chase our first 18,000 subscribers. All right, that's all the rambling I got, guys. It's time to take you on a journey through basketball, and it starts with the bets recap. Hey, there we go. We got two green check marks. Giannis, 30 plus points. Miles Turner, 14 plus points. Miles Turner cashed that in the first freaking half like a man. And then Giannis, 30 plus points. He had 20 at halftime, and he cashed that pretty easily. I don't know his exact total he ended up with, but that was a pretty easy winner there. And then the next one was not easy. Trey Murphy over 12 and a half points. My goodness, he only played 9 minutes in the first half. I was expecting a 30-minute game out of him, and he played 9. And then it became a blowout. He came in as the blowout was happening, scored a little bit, and then the blowout really happened. And he played in the fourth quarter. And right before he got brought out, he just started hitting some shots. He scored 14 and just absolutely clutched up for us. That's right. So give us a 2-0 day. Player props moved to 36 and 25, up 9.80 units. Overall record 51 and 36, up 14.08 units. Let's keep it rolling. Let's ride that momentum. And before we get to the best bets, let's talk the big men. All right, these are the defenses giving up the most points to the center position in the last 15 days. And of course, we got the Wizards up there giving up over 30 points a game to the big man. 76ers, a little over 26 points per game to the center. Spurs, Pacers, Cavs, kind of a surprise when you got Jared Allen, Evan Mobley, things like that. And then over there on the right side, the man, the myth, the legend, Joel Embiid, 38.3 points per game in the last 15 days. He is a man on a mission right now. Nikola Jokic, of course, always up there, 31.3 points per game. Anthony Davis, Sengun having a good year. Bam Adebayo, who I believe is hurt right now, so make sure to keep an eye on that. Miles Turner, who just cashed us a little winner, and so on and so on. The rookie Chet is down there as well. So that's points. Let's go check out the rebounds now. Oh, look, the first line didn't change. We got the Wizards still. Spurs are also up there. Other than that, guys, not a ton of surprises. I mean, those first four teams are four of the worst teams in the NBA, and it starts by defending the paint, which they cannot do. Over on the right side, Rudy Gobert leading the league in the last 15 days, at least in the center position, at 12.7 rebounds per game. Jokic 12.2, Embiid, just the stars are out. Jalen Duran 11.3. No real surprise. We do have a tie down there. That's Jared Allen and Yusuf Nurkic, averaging 9.7 rebounds per game in the last 15 days. So that's what we got for the center position today. Take a screenshot if you are new to the channel. We do position every single day, starting with point guards on Monday, and we always do the last 15 days. So that's what we got. And now let's take a peek inside the lines. All right, let's start out with the best against the spread teams in the NBA. Starting out with the Brooklyn Nets, still up there at number one, 15-4-1 against the spread. Not a ton has changed since last week because there's a lot of games or days with not a lot of games with this tournament. But if you are new to this, the ATS plus minus on the right, you can see on the glossary over there, it's the average amount of points the team covers the spread by. So the Brooklyn Nets, 15-4-1, covering the spread by about 4.2 points per game. So and then you got the Thunder, Magic have been up there, Rockets, who we'll talk about, but they are a complete Jekyll and Hyde team, home and away. And then 76ers 13-7, so on and so on. The biggest ATS plus minus is the Rockets. They do blow out some teams when they play at home, but they're covering the spread by up or 6.5 points per game. So those are the 10 best against the spread teams. Let's go check out the over under. I know it's a lot of writing. Stay with me if you are new to the channel. The total plus minus is the same thing. If it has a plus, that means they are going over the total by an average of that amount. On the right side for under, there's negatives on most of those because that's how much they are going under the total. So, Indiana Pacers, we know 16-4. They've now gone under in two straight, though. They went under that huge line of 250 something against the Bucks. But they are still just unbelievable over team. And if you watch them play, man, their pace is quick. That's for sure. I think I saw the Bucks score, and then the Pacers scored right back in about 3 to 4 seconds on one possession. It was crazy. Sixers 14-6 to the over, and they are covering the over spread or the total spread by 8 points. So they are right behind them. It's pretty impressive by them. Or not impressive on defense, however you want to look at it. But then Mavericks, Suns, so on and so on. And then you go over to the right side, you got the under teams. The LA Clippers are the number one under team in America or in the NBA because it's not all in America. 6-13-1 means 13 of their 20 games have gone under. So the number on the right is how many games they've gone under. And that's down or 5.6 average underneath the total spread on average. So other than that, there's no huge numbers on the very right, but it gets kind of down to, a bunch of teams that are almost splitting over under there at 10-11, 10-11, 10-12, things like that. So hopefully this helps you out. You guys that like to bet overs and unders and against the spread, not just player props all the time. But yeah, if you have any suggestions on these, if you want to see something different, let me know. We'll see what we can make work. But that's what we got for all the research help for today. And now it's time, baby. Let's talk some best bets. All right, it starts out with a nice little money line parlay. Give me the Celtics and the Nuggets on the money line at minus 124 on FanDuel. Now, you can always add another huge favorite if you want to reduce the odds, like the Magic or something like that, because there is some big favorites today. But let's talk Celtics money line first. 6.5 point favorites at home against the New York Knickerbockers. Head to head, they've already played each other twice this season. The Celtics won by 16, and then they won by 4 on opening night. Celtics held them to 98 and 104 points in that game. In this game, though, we got some news. Kristaps Porzingis is probable, so it could be all hands on deck for the team that I think is the best team in the NBA and the Boston Celtics. The Knicks defend the big men and the paint well, but that doesn't exactly help them when Porzingis comes back because Porzingis likes to stretch the floor. He's that European type player, likes to take some threes. So I don't think it's a great matchup for the Knicks, but obviously Porzingis is just one of many weapons on the Celtics. Also, Boston, a perfect 9-0 straight up at home this year. Knicks are 6-5 on the road. That's not ATS, that's just straight up. And the Knicks have been struggling to slow down Mr. Jason Tatum. In the two games versus New York this year, here are Tatum's lines: 35, 6 and 7 in one game, and 34, 11 and 4. That's right, he is absolutely dominating the New York Knicks. Julius Randle and Brunson, they really have to have good games. I think the margin for error is a little less, obviously, on the Knicks. Those two have to be able to keep up with the guys like Tatum, Jalen Brown, Drew Holiday, and then we got Porzingis back, but that doesn't even include what I'm impressed with. You got like sharpshooters, Sam Hauser off the bench, who's been on a roll. You've seen him on the G's of threes. Derek White, who's played really good also. I mean, you just got guys up and down. It's just too many weapons. Boston's going to win. I think they cover the spread, to be honest with you. I almost made their spread a best bet, but instead, I'm going to take the Celtics on the money line to win at home and move to 10-0. Now, let's talk a little Denver Chicken Nuggets. Here we go, guys. These teams have already played 3 times. They are hosting the Houston Rockets, if you don't know. The Rockets won both games at home, and the Nuggets won their game at home. And now Jamal Murray looks like he is coming back. And the only game Jamal Murray played out of those 3 was the game the Nuggets won at home. This is wild to me. The Nuggets are 9-0 at home. Okay, so in this moneyline parlay, I am taking 2 teams that are 9-0 at home. The Rockets are absolutely freaking horrendous on the road. I don't know what it is. They are 0-8 straight up. 0-8 compared to being 9-1 straight up at home. Guys, that is so incredibly, unbelievably bad on the road. I don't understand what is going on in Houston. They are playing well, I guess, but just not on the road. The huge difference is the defense. They give up 98.8 points per game at home. They are the number 1 defense at home. Does this remind you of anybody in another league? This team is literally the Cleveland Browns of the NBA. Because on the road, they give up 117 points per game, and they are the number 20 defense in points per game allowed. They go from number 1 to number 20 on defense when they moved on the road. I mean, it's literally just like the Cleveland Browns. Now they go up against one of the best home teams in the league, or if not the best. Obviously, Nuggets have been like that for the last couple of years now. The line is around 8 for a reason. Now you got Jamal Murray coming back. Jokic has been very hard to slow down, and we're going to talk about him a little bit later. But the Houston Rockets and Sengun have struggled to do that. So I think the Nuggets put up a lot of points. I think the Nuggets win at home pretty easily. I think the Celtics win at home and beat the Knicks for a 3rd time. That is my money line parlay. All right, this second game is the game you guys have all been waiting for. It is the Charlotte Hornets hosting the Toronto Raptors. Raptors -4.5, over under 223.5. ATS this year, Raptors 10-10-1 against the spread, Hornets 7-12. Over under, the Raptors are 11-10 to the under, and the Hornets 12-7 to the over. Some of these teams might already be on inside the lines that we already showed. But I mean, I don't really have a lean on a side or total in this game. I don't trust either team, to be honest with you, but I do have a player prop that I love, and it's Mr. Gordon Hayward. Give me Gordon Hayward over 14.5 points at -115 on FanDuel. Now, I was just talking about this with someone in Discord. We're kind of going back and forth, me and some people at late at night, just kind of talking through some picks and plays and stuff. And this is a play I had on my list, and it was a play that he mentioned as well. And he or she, I'm not exactly sure. I think it's a he though. But anyways, I dug deeper. I started looking more into it, and I was like, you know what? This is it. This is the bet I love today. So the key here is no LaMelo Ball. That's right, no LaMelo Ball. Hayward has played 4 games this season without LaMelo Ball. That's right, when the Hornets are ballless. In those games, Gordon Hayward has averaged 17.4 points per game. 17.4. I just need 15 out of him. And that includes a game where he only scored 4. He didn't take a lot of shots. They got blown out. It was awful. So he scored 4 points and still is averaging 17.4. That means in the other 3 games, he scored 22, 17, and 27, flying over this 14.5 point line. And in those 3 games, if we just throw away that blowout game where he didn't take a lot of shots, he attempted 14, 11, and 18 field goals. This guy is shooting a lot. Terry Rozier's kind of running the point, finding some offense for this team. And according to the spread, this should be decently competitive. Obviously, it's the NBA. We have no freaking clue. We didn't think the Pelicans were losing by 185 tonight, so who knows? But we think it's going to be somewhat competitive, at least. Toronto also maybe a surprise to you with some defenders they have on their team, but they give up the 5th most points to small forwards in the last 15 days and 8th most over the whole season. So it's a good matchup. Mark Williams is questionable. You know, he's the big man. Maybe opens up another shot or 2 for Hayward. I don't know. I didn't bet it because of that, but I'm just letting you guys know. But LaMelo Ball is definitely out. So give me Gordon Hayward to score 15 or more points as my second best bet. All right, my last best bet before we get into the Friday parlay is a 3-point parlay. That's right, I have not done this yet this year. Here we go. Steph, the man, Curry, 4+ threes, and Kobe White, 3+ threes at -122 on DraftKings. Now, I think FanDuel had this already at like -130, 135 range. If you want to add another piece, which, I don't blame you for doing it, Bojan Bogdanovic for the Pistons. Maybe do an alt line of him hitting 2 or more threes. Maybe just add a magic money line or some heavy favorite that you like. to get the number down, but something really safe. Obviously, you can do that. But I'm going to go with Curry 4+3s, Kobe White 3+3s, and let's start out with Mr. Chef Curry. He has done this. Get this right here. This is crazy, guys. He's done this in 17 to 19 games. I mean, it's just unbelievable. He's kind of good. In 2 games versus OKC, how about 5 for 10 and 5 for 11 from 3 point range? So he's not only hit 4, he's hit 5 in both. The Thunder, very good at limiting points in the paint this year. But that doesn't matter when it comes to defending Curry. And honestly, it doesn't matter what you do on the 3 point range because it's Steph Curry, one of the best players to ever play, one of the best shooters to ever play, one of the best off ball players to ever play. He is good, if you can't tell. He has scored 30 and 25 in those 2 games against them. He's taken 10 plus threes in 15 of 19 games this year. So it's almost a lock that he's at least going to attempt 10 threes in this game. If he does, I like him to hit 4 threes again. Give me Chef Curry. That's the first leg. Second leg, Kobe White 3+3s. We used him for a alt points prop a couple days ago. Got a winner. No Zach Levine again. So Kobe White plays for the Chicago Bulls. Levine is out again in 4 games without Levine. Here's what he has done from 3 point range: 7 for 12. That's impressive. 4 for 11. 8 for 13 and 3 for 7. I mean, that is bonkers, guys. So he's hit 3 plus in every game. He's hit 4 plus in 3 or 4. He's hit 7 plus in 2 of the 4. Like, this guy is shooting a lot, but he's shooting very well right now. We saw him on G's of threes as well. He's actually hit 3+3s in 9 straight games. So not just the games without Levine, he has hit 3+3s 9 straight games. The Spurs are absolutely horrendous on defense. We all know that. We don't need to go into that, but I love it. This is my first 3 point parlay, and all I'm asking for these two to do, I need Steph to do something he's already done 17 and 19 games, and I need Kobe White to do something he's done in 9 straight games. And I'm getting close to standard juice at minus 122. I will take it. Sign me up. Now, let's check out the Friday parlay. All right, we're going to go back to just doing 2 legs because it is a nice, juicy plus 324. Here we go. Give me the Kings money line and Nikola Jokic triple double. We used him in a parlay, I think it was last week, actually. The Suns do not have Kevin Durant in this game. That's right. Breaking news. This is almost the best bet. The Suns do not have Kevin Durant. I'm pretty much getting a pick 'em. I mean, if you want to bet this by itself, I think it's like minus 118 on the money line. You absolutely can. I don't, I'm not telling you to, you definitely have to put it in a parlay or anything like that. But I'm getting a fully healthy Kings team against a Suns team that is Devin Booker, Eric Gordon, Nurkic, those guys. I like it. Devin Booker, if he plays like he did last game, it's not going to be pretty for the Suns. He had like 7 million turnovers, and he just looked off. So we'll see if he changes, but he's a guy that has to probably go off. I mean, he's got to probably score 35, 40 points for them to win this game. And because if he doesn't dominate or if he has even a below average game, I don't think the Suns have a chance. Give me De'Aaron Fox, Sabonis, and those boys, and the Kings, the healthier team, to win the game. Next one, Jokic triple double. I won't go into too much detail on this one because we know about Jokic, but I'm just going to tell you he is going up against Sengun and the Rockets. Sengun cannot play defense at all. He is a great offensive player. He has already played him 3 times. Like we talked about when I talked about Nuggets money line game, he's played Sengun and the Rockets 3 times. Here is his lines: 36 points, 21 rebounds, 11 assists. Okay, check. That's a triple double. 32 points, 10 rebounds, 15 assists. Check again, another triple double. And then 38 points, 19 rebounds, 19 and 8 assists. So he fell 2 assists short of getting a triple double in 3 of 3 games. I think on its own it's like plus 125. Again, I have no issue whatsoever at betting these singly if you want to do it that way. It's not a bad idea at all, but we're doing a Friday parlay for the show. So I'm going to put these two together, make it a nice little plus 324 Friday parlay. That's what we got for the Friday best bets. If I have another one, of course, it'll be in the pinned comments below. It'll be in Discord and it will be on X. Let's go check out the bets recap. All right, we got the Celtics Nuggets moneyline parlay to start us out, and then Gordon Hayward on the Charlotte Hornets over 14.5 points at minus 115. And then we got a little 3 point parlay: Chef Curry 4+3s, Kobe White 3+3s at minus 122. That's right, I got a parlay with Steph and Kobe in it, just not the right Kobe. Friday parlay plus 324, Kings money line, Jokic triple double, and that wraps up our best bets for December 8th. That's right, baby. Let's get some winners. Let's ride the momentum of that 2-0 mini sweep. Again, any added plays will be in the pinned comments below, Discord and X. NFL video for Week 14. We are on a nice run. We did lose the Thursday night game. That game sucked, but we are on a nice little 15-3 run in the NFL. That video's out now, and then late Friday night we will have our NFL player props videos out, and we are 11-0 in player props right now. So let's see if we can stay hot there. But thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you to all the new Jabo MVPs. Hope everyone has a great Friday, and we'll talk to you soon.